Walk with us on the road to hell, an actual play podcast from Messy Crit Productions.
I see the bombs falling down, not to mention the fire. There's a lion in my bed, slowly moving towards me.
I wanted to explain that I am constantly overestimating and underestimating the human race. Rarely do I ever simply estimate it. I wanted to ask her how the same thing could be so ugly and so glorious, and its words and stories so damning and brilliant. A final note from your narrator. I am haunted by humans. Markus Zusak, The Book Thief. We hear the calls of sirens telling people to run and get to safety. Instead, we focus on the Marlin Bay Cemetery. We watch as a dark town car approaches and stops by the gates. Out of it, a woman dressed in black emerges. Her face is hidden behind a hood. We watch as she walks with purpose through the rows, only pausing for a moment to drop flowers by two graves. Wilhelmina O'Dowd and Marion Ashdown. Nothing breaks the silence until she gets back to the car. Taking the hood down, we see Saga Abernathy, not looking a day older than she was in the photos. We done here? A male voice breaks the silence. The camera pans to see a man in an expensive suit. He is looking down at something on his phone. We need to be going before the storm hits. We can get back to Portland before the sun rises, based on how willing my driver is to break the speed limits. We are done, she says softly as she slides off the dark coat. She's wearing a dress that costs probably just as much as his suit. The burial will be down any moment now. The next steps of your plan are in place. Good, he smiled as he leaned over and pressed a kiss to her cheek. I knew you wouldn't fail me, darling. She smiled. For a moment, there was a flash of fangs as she let her hand move up into his hair, holding him close for a moment. The car moves along. Our camera pulls away as we watch it drive past the boundary of Marlin Bay. In the distance, we can hear the chaos of the approaching storm. It is about 4:30 a.m. when you all hear the sirens. They are loud enough to probably wake the entire town. That is their job, after all, to warn of impending storms. I believe you were all in Haven's apartment.
I think it's one of those things where we're all talking and that storm sirens have a very particular sound to them. It's that slow ramp up, the low, almost rumble that slowly picks into that horrifying klaxon. And for my part, I've heard that before. Like, we're on the Eastern Seaboard. Sometimes this shit happens, but knowing what we know now, I freeze. Oh, fuck.
I have lived here my whole life, and it is only now that I'm realizing that I've never heard those sirens without the precursor of this is a test. This is to ensure that our system is accurate and working. There has never been a need for the hurricane sirens before, and thinking back further and further, there truly has never been any kind of natural tragedy. Things always have seemed to skirt around us, and maybe I didn't quite understand the true extent of what that meant when it was revealed until this moment, as fear sluices through me like ice water in my veins. Because I think this is it. We were too late.
Yeah, I don't get that moment of fear. I too have lived here my whole life, have not experienced a storm like what's about to happen. but it's a little too difficult to focus on me, focus on sending my texts that I've had prepared, pre-saved specifically for this. And then also getting my dog under control because this is a loud siren and I don't think Muffins is doing super well immediately with it going on. The texts that I had prepared that I send out, it really is just to the family group chat, letting them know that they gotta evacuate, and then I will meet with them shortly, or like I'll meet with them like later, like keep your phone on, something along those lines. It really is just I'm on this side of the city, you're on that side of the city. Get out first. We can always meet up again later because I'm getting out. One of those things. Obviously, I'm kind of lying here, but I do believe that we're gonna get out of this at some point. Or at least that's what the precursor text is. It does end with, I love you, stay safe.
When those sirens are heard, it's as though I am turning the page to read the final paragraph of what has led me to this point. And I know there's probably no coming back from this. So when those sirens are heard, I take out my phone, I type a quick text, and I send it to Leo, and then I destroy the phone. And in the following moments, I begin to detach. I start letting go. I start preparing myself for what is coming, and I'm going to do everything I can to at least make sure that everybody else can get out okay.
Okay. We wanted a last stand, right? I feel like it's now or never.
What were the chances that we would actually be able to do it in our own terms?
I need to get back to my place. I need a couple of things, and then this whole thing started with the Ashdowns, right?
That's where it's gonna end.
I'll be back.
Don't go alone.
Well, then come with me, fucko.
I don't say another word, I just follow.
Do we want to meet at the manor?
Yeah. Jumu is doing evacuations. So send your messages to your people, but don't worry about them.
Penny, there is a text message that comes through. It is from Ren. It's just simply 2 words. It just says, be safe.
I give him the salute emoji. And it's not even like a text back. It's I'm reacting to this message. I'm not like making light of the situation, but it's more like, girl, what the fuck how am I supposed to react? kind of Gen Z vibes, you know? World is ending. Here's the picture of Elmo on fire.
Sure you don't want to say LOL, you too.
Look, genuinely, I don't know what else to say.
I'm gonna start like having hysterical laughter if we don't move right now, and then that hysterical laughter will turn into tears, and I think that'll be it. So I think we need to.
Let's pack up your car.
Yep.
Whatever you need, we bring it, put it in your car, and we go.
I can't leave the rats, so I put them in their little carrier.
You get your laptop or something like that.
I grab my firearms, I grab my laptop, I have my phone.
I have everything in my bag, which should have been prepared for this.
I don't send anything to my parents. They are self-serving first and foremost. They're gonna get out, and if I don't, then it will be a... Well, didn't she hear the sirens? That's ridiculous. Of course she heard the sirens. Why wouldn't she hear the sirens? What, I have to check in on her to make sure she does anything right, and I'm not dealing with that.
I grab extra socks from Haven's socks, and I put it in my bag.
Are you stealing my socks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna need them. You always need extra socks.
Okay, Pen. Let's go.
So Lola and Mason being the first ones out of the apartment, you already feel the wind starting to pick up, before a intense storm.
Shit. I'm gonna hop on. I'm gonna toss Mason the extra helmet. Move it or lose it.
I move quickly. I immediately am moving with a purpose.
The speed limit is a suggestion, storyteller.
Thought so. Yeah, it will take you no time at all, especially because you are heading further into town. Most everybody's heading out of town.
Given what I'm assuming is general chaos in the streets, I will be very surprised if Malin Bay PD gives a shit about one asshole on one fucking motorcycle.
Now they're just trying to get everybody out.
We get to my apartment. I unlock the door. I still got shit in boxes, but it's, I wouldn't exactly call it a Foot Locker, maybe like one size down from that. It's a couple of handguns. It's semi-automatic that likely does no longer have a serial number attached to it. I will hand Mason one of the handguns. You remember what I told you? And I'm gonna stash the larger sidearm under my jacket and the second handgun in a holster at my waist. Mace. I'm gonna step forward and take Mason's face in my hands. And I'm just gonna rest my forehead against his for a second. And I was almost free and clear.
Go. Just grab everybody and go right now. But we're gonna be idiots.
Yeah. Hey, nothing else. Maybe we'll take a couple of those fuckers down with us.
Oh, I'm bringing down that fucking park ranger asshole.
Okay.
Let's go do this because I have a pizza date with Leo.
Yeah, no, I gotta figure out what's going on with Connell. Actually, as we're on our way back out the door, I'm gonna text him. Don't die.
You see it is delivered, and it's after you step out of your apartment, heading back to your bike, off in the distance, you hear a howl.
Curious, I'm curious. All right, come on, let's go.
Do we see anything in the direction of where that howl came from?
Give me a perception check.
2 successes.
3 successes.
It's not hiding off in the distance through the trees. You spot the biggest wolf that you have ever seen.
Mason, am I hallucinating?
No. That's a big fuck off Hulk wolf.
Oh my god, this town is fucking insane.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm getting on the bike. You should get on the bike. Let's
I'm
get
gonna
on
get
the
on the
bike.
bike.
Let's get on the bike. Once more, speed limit suggestion.
Penny, Haven, anything that you're doing post getting the car packed up?
I'm kind of white knuckling the steering wheel, staring straight ahead, quiet, because, like I said, I know my parents will serve themselves first. They'll get out, and that soothes whatever part of me has that vestigial loyalty and connection to them. I know that Ember isn't here. They'll have some cleaning up to do, but that's what insurance is for. They're gonna come back and be able to start from scratch. And that includes me. Because no matter what happens tonight, I won't be here anymore. My time in Marlin Bay is over. It's you know what they say, you meet your fate on the path you take to avoid it. I didn't think it would happen this way.
What about you, Penny?
I don't know how to drive, but I do know very basics, like keeping your eyes on the road. And we are also under the speed limit suggestion thing, but what I am doing is I'm keeping a good eye on Haven. Things get weird with the steering wheel. No, they don't. This could be a lot of things. This could be the fact that it's probably getting wet on the road, and so driving fast is already dangerous, but now the road is its own obstacle. That is how I am really like putting things. I need to put them into very logic-based reason stuff so that way I can keep going. I need to function the way that I was taught, which is to stay calm and stay vigilant. Okay, I'm very quick-witted this way. I am also occasionally checking on the pets in the back, just because I don't think Muffins is a dog. I don't think she's doing too well with the storm. It's a very overwhelming experience for her, and I can only do so much. And then I'm checking my bag. I'm checking what I have. I'm checking the stakes. I'm checking my kukri. I'm checking my phone and the phone battery and the little portable charger that I have, because of course I have one, and maybe it looks a little bit like a brick because I got a good one and not a shitty one. I'm just looking. That way, if I can build a little routine, this drive becomes faster for me. Like in my head, time will move quicker. And then when we get to the Ashdowns, I can figure out what I need to do from there. It's a little bit more self-explanatory when we get to the Ashdowns. But on a car ride that I have no control over, nope, I'm doing these things.
Honestly, I do have to reflect on the odd mirror moment that we're having, because Penny and I, we've done this before. We've done this exact drive, pretty much in this exact configuration. I picked up Penny and we went to the Ashdown Manor. Not for the end of the world, not for a final showdown. It was to see our friend. And in this moment, once again, all I can think is, look at what you started, you dumb fucking bitch. Couldn't stay the fuck alive to keep us from having to deal with all of your bullshit. Honestly, fuck you.
Are you doing this out loud?
I think that it's in my head. And suddenly out of the silence, you will hear me just go, you know what, bitch? Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch. Leaving us with your fucking back. You fucking...
And then I jump in. No, because it is all her fault.
I know, right? We've had to clean up her messes for so fucking long.
That dumb fucking bitch told Julian to come to me with weird supernatural shit. So she knew that she could come to me with weird supernatural shit. She didn't come.
She didn't say shit.
Fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
I hope she's rolling over in her grave.
I would just like to point out that we are quite literally beating the dead horse.
Yes. And that's what long car rides with your fellow femmes are about.
Mm-hmm. We probably put on her favorite song.
Yeah. Just out of dead silence. And another fucking thing. Just a little bit of catharsis.
Our whole family's fucking weird. This fucking wreath and this fucking tree. I don't even know. I don't even understand. I don't understand what's half of this shit is going on. Why does she have a Resident Evil name? Why does she just? It's just a lot of built up, pent up. Just we gotta yell. So we're deciding to just yell.
It's that thing where, out of respect for the dead, you kind of just, and like even in your own grieving process, you don't really say what you're feeling, especially the negative things. But even in this moment, I can't bring myself to say her actual name, to like invoke that part of her and bring her back. Because if I'm jealous of her about anything, it is that she doesn't have to deal with this. But in this moment, we are in fact remembering death.
I'm not saying her name specifically because I'm cussing her out.
Yeah, that's some bad energy.
I think if she were here, we as a 3 would be doing this.
Oh, she'd be laughing her ass off.
Yeah, like it's almost like we're honoring her, but like also no, like I need to drag your ghost bitch ass for a little bit.
You guys aren't even trying. Neither of you have called me a cunt yet. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like we're saving the, like we're just saying fucking bitch and shit a lot, but we're not like doing the hard digs or anything. It's more like, you ever like yell in the ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're yelling in a car with
the ocean's
3
dangerous
overwhelmed
right now.
animals.
The rats are not having a great time.
We put like a cloth over the rat cage, and then Muffins maybe also got the equivalent of a blanket, but Muffins is a big dog, so it's like we're just making do at this point. You're freaking out, I'm freaking. This car is a freak.
It is.
Yeah. Both groups converge at the manor roughly at the same time. One of you may get there like 30 seconds before the other, but one thing all of you notice when you get out and you turn around is you can see the storm. The way the manor is settled on sort of on top of the cliffs, you can kind of see out over the water a little bit, and you can see the eye of the storm where everything is happening, and it's approaching. Got a couple hours.
They probably know we're here already.
They've been tracking us since the first second we started investigating together. There's no surprises here.
Probably a lot more before that too, for thinking about it too hard.
Yeah, at the very least, Coralie's had my number since fucking Boston. Bitch.
I've had a visitor in my system for I don't even know how long.
I just live like this.
Yeah, you're just fucked, Pen.
You're a little magnet for this shit. I'm sorry.
I got into a drunken bar fight with one of the fuckers.
Stop trying to be included, Mason. You're not a part of this.
Okay, I'll be over here if you need me.
He's kind of a part of it because he has the spider sense.
It's true.
Now stop being included.
Okay.
The shenanigan.
This is a femmes moment. Go away.
I like the idea that we're all standing very epically in front of this building, and as Haven continues to say, "Don't be included," at one point, I just push Haven's shoulder.
Oh, I'm a scrawny little bitch. I ass over tea kettle. I'm like, you bitch.
If we stay idle for too long, my idle animation starts playing, where I just start bobbing a little bit. And it's like, it's not really a Fortnite dance, but it's like, I'm gearing up for one, you know?
Okay, let's go. Pen looks like she's about to piss her pants.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't feel super great about busting in the front door, but at this point, go for broke.
Honestly, Mace, now you're allowed to be included.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you. And I start marching up to that front fucking door, ready to Sparta kick it open.
I'm gonna follow directly behind him. From under my jacket comes, as previously stated, it is a semi-automatic that is likely not legal in the state but there's that real satisfying double click as the safety goes, with my intention being as Mason kicks the door open, I would like to lay down cover fire.
I'm kind of in the back, but I do say, I mean, we could try the doorknob first. You could hyperextend your knee.
Could all of you give me another wits awareness check?
9 successes. No ones. I'm not here to fuck around.
Haven, the door is not locked. The door is barely closed. There are absolutely no lights on in the house. You see Brian's car sort of in their side garage. And you would think that even at a time like this, at an emergency, there would still be life, people. There's nothing.
Kind of takes the fun out of it if it's open.
Yeah.
And basically wait. It's bullshit.
It would kind of be like a toddler stomping at that point.
Well, I want to stomp.
Okay, stomp, bitch.
No, I can't now. Doesn't make sense.
Okay, whatever.
I will draw the handgun that Lola offered me as well, even though I am not good with firearms. But I'm prepared to at least get 1 to 2 shots off before it comes down to fisticuffs. We ready?
No.
Here we go.
Guys, I know that there's a car in the drive. There really might not be anyone here.
And we sweep.
Are you saying we split up?
No, I'm saying, Mace, if you want to lead in, we'll come in behind. Go room by room.
Okay.
I got you 6.
Yeah, you have to flip on flashlights as you enter because there are no lights on in this house, and I don't know if you want to turn on lights as you go.
Best not. That's kind of projecting. We're using the wet girl horror movie playbook here. This is my area of expertise.
So, you start moving room to room, starting sort of in a circular pattern through the house. The first wing you go through is the wing that Cameron lived in. There's that moment when you open the door to Cameron's room, and it is exactly as you last saw it. Nothing has changed. Nothing has been packed away.
Is there any evidence that there's anybody here as we move room to room?
At one point, you pass through the kitchen, and there's a half-finished cup of coffee on the counter. It's cold.
Can I take something from Cameron's room? Because, like, last time I came in and I did take, like, one of our photos. This time I'm coming in and I'm taking something more personal to her. I'm not 100% sure what that is just yet, but it's something that, like, I would know where it is. I would know that it's important. Maybe it's not something that she wears unless, like, the day is super big, or like it could be like in the equivalent of like in the jewelry box, in like underneath the pillow, something like that. I'm just gonna, like, I know where it is. I know it should still be there. I go, I check, it's there. I grab it, put it in the bag, because probably never gonna come back here.
Yeah. You grab an item. Even do you do anything? Do you just close the door after Penny leaves? It's the last time you'll probably see Cameron's room.
I take back the sweater she took from me in junior year of high school.
Yeah, it's in her closet.
She kept saying that, no, she bought it. This shit's mine. And I flip off the room and I close the door.
As you do, you continue to sweep. It's no signs of Ryan, no signs of Coralie, no signs of anyone.
Storyteller, you said that cup of coffee is cold? Like ice cold?
Yeah, it's been sitting for a few hours. Does anyone have medicine? Give me a intelligence medicine.
3 successes?
Also 3.
3 successes. and 1 on my danger dice, which is an abysmal roll out of 9 dice.
Yeah, you have to fall into despair.
Yep.
Which means until you achieve your redemption, you cannot use danger dice. Something smells off about the coffee. You sort of like take a moment, look at it, smell it. Something is off. Something is not right. It doesn't smell like it should.
The fuck?
If I flash a light in it, does it look like how coffee should?
It looks like it, yeah. Just, and there is that smell of coffee, but then there is this other smell that's mixed with it.
Feel like I should be smart enough to know if something potentially toxic is in it. Like, could I maybe check the kitchen for rat poison?
Yeah, give me intelligence science roll.
Can I offer help on that? Because I also have 2 dots in science.
Yeah.
4 successes.
You are looking through and sort of hidden in one of the cupboards an empty bottle, but the bottle itself is for sleeping pills.
I'm just gonna show it to y'all.
Mixing it caffeine with downers. That's a fun time. Storyteller, the label on the prescription. Who's it for?
It is for Ryan. The date they were prescribed, you think they were prescribed in the wake of Cameron's death.
You know, this was a ritual that was tied to the bloodline.
I think Mr. Ashdown might be in some trouble.
Okay, we gotta keep looking.
Honestly, from what I know of the house, this is gonna sound real dumb. What's the most dramatic bitch-ass place that they could do a fucking blood ritual?
The library.
Suppose we're going to the library. And I will start marching off.
I guess we're following.
As you approach the library, you could hear the sounds of a fire in the fireplace. And sort of as you open the door to the library, it's sort of set up in a way that there are these 2 wingback chairs that sort of face the fireplace as a place to read. The one thing that all 4 of you notice is that there are people sitting in both of those chairs.
So as we step in, anticipating, I see this tableau that they've purposefully set up, like backs to us, framed by the fire. And there's something inside of me that's just so tired, and I don't want to do the movie monologuing moment. And so I raise my gun and I shoot. I just want this to be over. I just want it to be done. Would that be dexterity in firearms?
Either dexterity or composure in firearms.
I use a willpower, and I roll 2 10s for a crit, so that's a total of 5 successes.
As that happens, as I see Haven step forward, as I see her take a shooting stance, I think I fall into step behind her, and I'm gonna basically lay down cover fire.
The both of you perforate these chairs pretty well. Haven, you probably go through the majority of that clip. But as you both sort of take a second, you kind of just hear something wet hitting the floor. As you both watch these figures, shapes in these chairs sort of fall forward, having been propelled by the bullets onto the ground and stop moving. In the firelight, you can see both Ryan Ashdown and Richard Ashdown, their throats having been slit, now filled with bullets.
If anyone looks at me, I am just cold. It doesn't even seem to touch my mind that if they had been alive, I would have killed them. I don't really seem to care.
Storyteller, if I move forward and close in, would I be able to tell how long ago they died?
Give me a intelligence medicine roll.
Well, while that's happening, storyteller, Cameron had a cousin that was in town. Can I really quickly check my phone, maybe, and see if he is still in town? Because technically, he'd be the last living Ashdown needed for this.
Give me let's do a wits technology roll.
That's 5 successes on this check, storyteller.
The color of the wounds on their neck. It's been a couple hours.
I will relay that information to the group.
5 successes, no ones.
Well, lucky for you, you know his Instagram. He was, as of 3 days ago, he posted something in Pittsburgh.
Okay, there's one Ashdown left.
From what I know of this building, is there a basement?
Penny Haven, you don't remember a basement. But with the way the building is constructed, there should be one. There should be at least a wine cellar. Neither of you remember anything about a wine cellar either.
We would have broken into that bitch.
Can I look around to find any sort of door or access point to be able to reach the basement?
Yeah, wits awareness or intelligence investigation.
Can I offer help on that?
Yes, you can.
Well, 4 successes total.
As you are looking around, looking for anything, you at one point sort of scuff and kick up one of the rugs that's on the floor, and that's when you immediately notice the deep scratches in the wood, kind of like if one were to pull open a bookcase.
Guys, I need everybody to have game face on.
What is it?
Behind this bookcase, there's something else.
Okay.
I just silently reload the clip.
Reload. Firearm at the ready.
I take Muffins off her leash. I think I was using not the standard one that I normally use either, but I'm just gonna take her off her leash and instruct her to stay here. And because I don't think I can get her to go into any small closed rooms right now. Not unless I forced her, and I'm not gonna do that.
I realize I'm fishing here. This is a library, and it's a little ostentatious. Would there be a bottle of, I don't know, whiskey or some form of alcohol in here somewhere?
As you sort of have that thought, you look around, and this is exactly the kind of place where off on one of the side tables there's a carafe, that fancy glass bottle with the stopper of bourbon.
Hopefully this will work. I want to make a Molotov cocktail before we walk into whatever the fuck we're about to walk into. And I will tear either a piece of Richard or Ryan's shirt or whatever to function as the fabric, but I will throw that together, and then I'm going to hand it to Haven.
I take it, and I have my lighter in my other hand.
Okay. Just a little extra thing, I guess. Okay. And
I love you too,
going...
Mace.
That actually gives me a little bit of pause to let that sink in before I approach the bookcase with the intent of figuring out either is there a magical switch or am I muscling this shit open?
Hey, Penny, can you give me an intelligence plus resolve roll?
5 with a crit, but I did crit on said danger dice.
You watch Mason go over, try to figure out how to open this bookcase. You know that he should pull on that copy of Poe. You don't know why.
I just squint a little, and then I go over and I pull it.
As you sort of pull it, you kind of just tilt it back. You hear a click.
Okay, what did you design this door?
No, I think they've been in my head before.
Oh. Okay. Is there anything else left over?
Well, there's not supposed to be a basement or a wine cellar.
There's never been a basement.
Storyteller, is that enough for the bookcase to be able to be either pushed or pulled as a door would?
The hinges are surprisingly well kept on this. They make a little bit of noise as you open it. But yeah, just that unlatched it, so you came away from the wall, so you can open it up. And you see stairs down.
Fuck it. Let's ball.
Let's do it. No, lead the way as we move down the stairs.
I'm going to fall in behind Mason once again, taking a position that if something pops up in front of him, I'll have a clean shot.
I think I will choose to be last. And this is just not because I want to be the farthest away, but more like if something comes up
Yes.
from behind. Mhm.
I am squishy. Protect me.
Down we go.
As you hit the bottom of the stairs, you can see what it's less of a basement and more of just a lot of tunnels. You looking at this now think that there are many places around the mansion where they connect.
You knew this place was like the fucking house from Clue.
Storyteller, did we hear anything? Footsteps, voices?
Give me wits awareness rolls.
3 successes.
6 successes.
8 with a crit, no ones.
6 with a crit, no ones.
So, Mason, you are kind of overcome with that knowledge that whoever's been doing this has been manipulating people. Clearly, Penny found this at some point and was made to forget. And that's distracting you. Lola and Penny, you hear the sound of someone intoning in Latin further down the tunnels.
Oh, is fucking Latin.
I have dead languages. Or dead tongues. So I could technically translate it.
Yeah, if you want to try and identify any of the words, that would be a intelligence academics with your two dice from dead tongues and
7 with a crit.
oh geez, this feminine voice is doing a ritual. This is the ritual that you wrote out. The edited one, the correct one.
It's the ritual.
Nothing for it.
They're not done.
It's now or never.
Go.
Jesus Christ. How's Haven with dexterity? And I don't know, throwing a Molotov.
You don't currently have eyesight on the ritual. It is further down the hallway.
I would take the Molotov back and just be ready with a lighter, and I just start moving. Not quite running, but definitely not sneaking, power walking to the point where literally the moment I see any one of them, I'm lighting and I'm throwing that motherfucker.
I'm gonna follow.
I have my gun and I follow.
You do, you start walking down this hallway, and you all see there's a moment you turn, the shadows on the walls contort and change, and then suddenly everything is covered in shadows. You all feel a biting chill. It is like you stepped suddenly into the Arctic, and you suddenly all have to try and breathe. You can't breathe. Can I get stamina resolve rolls from people? You cannot see and you cannot breathe.
4 successes.
4 successes.
5 successes with danger dice, no ones.
7. No ones.
So none of you immediately fall to your knees and start choking. That's the good news. The bad news is none of you know where anybody else is. You're all moving and trying to get out of this choking shadow, this Stygian abyss.
I mean, that's it. That's when you can't breathe and you can't see, there's no logic to it. Your body just knows that it is choking and it is dying. And I think it's just that little lizard brain that takes over, that wants to survive at all costs. So I don't know about the rest of the cell, but I think I just start moving. Trying to claw my way out of the dark, claw my way back to something, claw my way back to air to be able to breathe.
I'm scrambling. Now the danger is here. It's in our face. It's robbing us of our breath. And I think a combination of knowing what it is that we're coming upon and now being robbed of my breath, I am fully scrambling.
I don't scramble. There's something quiet in the dark. There's something almost peaceful as panic feels just out of the edge of my fingertips. I move. I don't simply give in and wait to die. But I think panic comes along with a fear of death. And death isn't what I'm afraid of right now. It's not seeing it through. To whatever end. This is not how my story ends. And so, hands out, trying to focus on my heartbeat because I cannot measure by breaths drawn. Try and feel to the wall, to anything, to have something solid to touch and ground myself.
Storyteller, is this my first time feeling this?
Yes, it would be.
I think during this moment, my initial reaction is to reach out and try to grab someone. Like, I'm trying to make sure that at the very least I have someone to stay in place. But I think everybody moved to faster than I could react. So when I reach out and I grab nothing, my next instinct is essentially to hide. I'm not hiding because I'm scared. I am hiding because we are in like this choking darkness. I need to have some sort of advantage. We've never had the element of surprise, so now I need to figure out how to gain some type of advantage. So that's what I'm doing. I'm moving to look for perhaps a corner to hide behind around, or something to duck under. I need to do this. This is what hunter training has taught me. I'm not the guns blazing type. I am bait, and then I'm an ambush predator. It's one or the other.
Haven, can you give me a dexterity athletics roll?
That's 2 successes.
So that is 5 successes as you feel a hand on the back of your shirt collar. There's a tug as you are sort of pulled into this side room. Immediately, kind of stumbling as you lose your footing slightly, and holding on to the back of your collar is a man with a hood pulled down far over his face.
I spin, trying to break his hold, reaching for the stakes that I have secured to my side.
Let's do one more dexterity athletics.
That is 2 successes. I'm not strong, I am not fast.
No, you are not. It feels almost like he's toying with you as this hand on your collar sort of gives you a shove against the wall. And you just hear this voice say, Icarus, it's lovely to meet you.
Daedalus reveals himself.
I thought it was time that we meet face to face.
Why? You're about to get what you want. Why the fuck does it matter?
There is a moment where he is behind you and you sort of watch this clawed hand come into view with very long fingers. And he just sort of right on the nose and says, ever since you wandered into that chat room, I've been waiting for this day.
Waiting all that time to kill me. You could have done it at any time.
Oh, it would really be a shame to lose someone of your talents, so no, not going to kill you.
As he speaks, she's going to try to catch him off guard and sink her teeth into his clawed hand, trying to bite him.
Yeah, we'll do a dex brawl roll.
Only 1 success.
You would not believe this. That is 0 successes on 8 dice.
Bitch.
You bite down. You bite down hard.
I want to bite down hard enough that my teeth meet.
Yeah, you certainly do that. And you can feel... Oh, you could feel his blood in your mouth. Icarus and thick and tastes spoiled. And you immediately want to gag. But you kind of hear a hissing curse, and then there's a hand over your mouth, stopping you from spitting it out.
I'm going to meet his eyes, try and find them under the shadow of his hood.
Takes you a second. His hood is kind of pulled up just a little bit. You see this paper white skin, these ears that are elongated and pointed, kind of almost like a bat, and a mouth full of jagged, yellowed fangs.
I cannot scream, for I have no mouth. But I will keep that contact. Even though I can't speak, my gaze speaks volumes. And it says, I fucking see you.
And there's a crooked smile. And sort of a coughing, wheezing laugh from this monster. And he says, don't worry, kid. This whole game was rigged from the start. And he is going to bite you.
Even though I don't want to, that my body doesn't want to, I fight back. Once again, I don't think I have a prayer of surviving this. But it's the giving up. It's the lying down and dying that would really make it. a real end.
Question. What do you think is Haven's last thought before everything goes dark?
My last thought is make it worth it. I don't think of Ember. I don't think of my parents. I don't even think of the others. I just think that somewhere, somehow, I need this to have made some kind of difference.
And then everything goes dark. Penny, you move, trying to find air, trying to find a spot where you can breathe again, and your hands meet a door. You push. You're in a room. Give me a wits awareness roll.
That's like 7 with a crit.
You know how that feeling you have when you're wandering through a mirror maze, the weird distortion of everything, like you feel like you're about to just put your hand forward and then suddenly touch glass. The room itself is dark. There is a tiny, tiny bit of light, and in that light you see the profile of a familiar form, a form that you would know almost as well as your own face. You see the profile of Percy.
And I think despite knowing better, knowing that something very clearly is happening, I think just not expecting to see him, to see someone that I've wanted to see again for so long, but it's gotten to the point where you're starting to forget that want. And so I'm caught off guard just a little bit. And I say, Percy?
There's the way he's facing away from you, but he's kind of like half turned, like looking over his shoulder. It gives you that cocky smile that you're always knew from him before everything went wrong. You know, that sort of cocky, invincible, nothing can touch me energy that he used to have. He gives that smile to you and turns around and starts walking forward.
And I just I'm blinking really hard. I'm trying to look past this. I'm trying to, bro, it's so dark I can't even really see. I think that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to force my eyes to let me see. But when he starts moving, I think I also start moving. I'm not running after him per se, but like I'm following, sort of just Nissan, why are you here? Why do they know what you look like? Just mumbling my thoughts, which are kind of like betraying each other right now. Like I'm trying to keep it in my head, but I need to say it out loud to understand it. This is a very overwhelming experience, I think.
And there is a moment where you're looking around, trying to orient yourself, figure out where you're going. You look behind you, and in the never-ending darkness that you see a pair of glowing red eyes, the same glowing red eyes you saw on that coyote.
A moment of fear will hit after recognizing what that is, before that fear turns into something else. And I'm not sure if it's relief, like, oh, it's still here, like we can finish this. But then, oh, clearly this is not real. And then a new fear takes in. How do they know this much about me? How do they know what my big brother looks like? How do they know that the coyote's eyes were red? These are details that are not stated outside. You know, the coyote attack was on the news. But details besides a large coyote, that was it. How do they know that the eyes are red? How do they know that? How do they know what my big brother looks like, slightly aged up? That is the new fear. And I wasn't running for Percy before, but I kind of am now.
Give me a dexterity athletics roll.
That is 4 successes, no ones.
This room seems longer than it should be, bigger than it should be. It takes you so much longer to cross it. You don't know if it's what it is. And then you're before him. He turns around and looks at you.
Who? My brother or the coyote?
Your brother. And there's that feeling again that you're looking in a funhouse mirror. Something is not right. Something is off. And everything in a moment shatters like glass. Alina rolled 9 dice and got 12 successes with a critical.
Jesus Christ.
You would think getting stabbed would hurt more. The knife is in you before your body can even process what's going on. And now it's not Percy standing before you, it's Alina. And you look down and right between your ribs, there's a butterfly knife sticking out.
With my hand, I grip it. Like I want to pull it out, but I don't think I have the strength to pull it out. Also, despite everything that's going on, I know better than to pull out the knife and then risk bleeding out. So instead I hold it there as if this is gonna save me or buy me more time. Maybe I'm holding it there because I don't want her to have it. Like, this is now my knife. But it's gonna... My hands will not let go of it. And I think with whatever strength I have left, I choose to sit and hold the knife. And one of my braids falls loose, I think, from all of this running and bashing and whatever is happening.
And Alina stands over you and looks down at you and says, "It doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to die here."
Immediately know what she means. And I don't think I have much of a voice right now, but I shake my head. My strength from my legs are gone, and now it's left in my arms and it's left in my my neck. And I shake my head.
At some point, you're shaking your head. Alina is there kneeling before you. And as you're shaking your head, she places one hand on the side of your head, and then the other is over where your mouth is. And you can feel the wetness on your lips. At some point, she cut her hand.
With my other arm, I bring it up, and maybe I can, at the very best, rest it on her chest. I don't have the strength anymore to push it, but I do think I'm able to mumble out one no before that blood gets in.
Yeah, I think that you mumbling no is how the blood gets in, the mouth opens just a little bit. And what is, do you think, the sweetest thing you've ever tasted?
One time, my mom brought us sugarcane. And, like, obviously, I've had things that were way sweeter, but there's something different about getting sugar right from the source, ripping it open, chewing it, sucking it out on your own, like you've earned it, so it tasted sweeter.
The blood on your tongue tastes similar. It's sweet, and all it really requires is a little bit. Doesn't need to be a lot. It's in your mouth, on your tongue, going down your throat. And what is Penny's last thought before everything goes dark?
I wish I died. I wish I died when the coyote got me.
Last thing you see is this woman over you, kind of just softly shushing you as you bleed out on the floor. You push your way through this cloying, suffocating, chilling fog and eventually find a spot where you can breathe again.
Mason. Penny. Oh, fuck. Storyteller, where am I? Where have I gotten into?
It is this long hallway that you can barely see, mostly because you have the flashlight, and it's giving you a little bit of illumination. And at the end of this hallway, you start hearing sort of that very classic sound of someone walking in heels. A click, 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 click.
And I'm assuming there's no way to turn back the way I came.
If you turn around, you see that impenetrable fog.
All right, last stand it is. Storyteller, I'm going to draw my weapon. I will press the stock into my shoulder brace as I was taught and take my aim down the sight.
After a moment, coming into the line of sight is Coralie, wearing a very nice pair of Louboutin heels and a black dress. She does not look like she is cowering from a storm. She sort of stands at the edge of her flashlight and says, "There's only one way out of here."
And what way is that?
Well, technically there are two, but one is you dead. One is less dead, but I can make it look like that you die and give you a little bit of blood, and you'll come back like me.
Storyteller, at this point, I think I've realized that Coralie has been watching me for some time,
Yes.
even before I made it to Marlin Bay.
All the way back in Boston.
Was this your plan all along? Give us nowhere to go?
No, but this works out in the end. I would have much rather given you more than one choice. It's only fair.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. And I would like to open fire.
Yeah, that'd be a Dexter Composure Firearms.
That is 6 successes, Storyteller.
Yes, you do. And and you watch the bullets hit Coralie. She braces herself for impact, but not necessarily, does not try to dodge it, and looks up at you and says, "You may not want to admit it, but we are both more alike than you think. We both have been through terrible things and come out the other side. My life before this wasn't good. I wasn't. But I've managed to... You've seen what it's like down in Boston. Running clubs, doing what you want. No one to stop you. You can live the life you want, and no one will stand in your way."
All for the low, low price of my soul, though, right?
Were you really using it?
What happens to this town?
If the girl is correct, it won't be wiped off the map. Mostly. The storm was only going to destroy what's near the beach. Everything else will be here. They'll rebuild.
Does it hurt?
For only one short moment. Then it feels like a high you can never imagine.
And storyteller, I can feel my heart in my throat. I can feel my pulse thrumming behind my eardrums. There is desperation, and there is anger, and there is fear. And at the base of it all, it's what I told Mason. I don't want to die.
You're not shooting or anything, so she takes a few more cautious steps closer and saying, "It's like going to sleep. You won't even realize that you slip away. And in a few hours, you'll wake up. And you'll be you again."
There's that last little bit of prey instinct, and as she approaches, I brace the gun harder against my shoulder. There is darkness behind me, and death at my front. I think the grip on the rifle loosens, and I start to pray. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Hail Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death.
And she's in front of you now, and gently she places a hand on your cheek, and she just uses it to tilt your head just enough to give her access to your neck. And she says softly, "Just one moment of pain, and then bliss." And you see those long, sharp fangs. They resemble what you would see on a snake. And then she bites down, and true to her word, there is just that one sharp moment, like when you're getting blood drawn. And then your body is flooded with endorphins, this feeling of being light, this feeling of being high. And as Lola slips away, what is her last thought?
I didn't expect to survive Boston, and once we learned what was happening in Marlin Bay, I didn't expect to survive here either. But if there's a chance, if there's a chance. If there's a chance. And as I feel things go heavy and cold, I think my fingers wrap around Coralie's wrist to hold her in place.
Fade out with watching as she pulls back, blood on her lips, and then bites into her wrist, holding it up to you. And you can feel the blood pouring down your throat as you finally lose consciousness. Mason, you're pushing your way through this cloying fog, this suffocating fog, and then off in the distance you see just a pair of glowing red eyes.
I am scrambling to keep control, but the moment I see those eyes, I steel myself as best I can, because I know who that is. And if I'm going down, I am taking one of those fucking eyes with me.
You don't hear any vocalizations, but you hear something that sounds like a growl. A very animalistic growl. So why don't you give me a strength brawl roll? Because it sounds like you're going in swinging.
Oh, I absolutely am. I recognize that I am about to run into a fight with a beast, and I'm going to really clutch onto that set of knuckles from Ash. 6 successes.
He also rolled 6 successes. But in this moment, you are the active participant. So how do you start this off?
I am going to try a fake out where I'm going to move as though I am still terrified because I can't breathe. And so I'll double over somewhat towards this creature. And then at the last possible second, when I get close enough, I am swinging the hardest haymaker that I can to try to hit this thing square in its jaw.
You do kind of feel the damage. And he kind of reels back. Griffin reels back for just a moment, kind of like wipes away this blood from his lip. Kind of just spits it on the ground. And he just sort of does the thing where, you kind of hold your hands up and you just gesture for you to bring it on. As you're looking at him, his bestial features are even more obvious than they have been before. Long claws extending from his hands, and the face is distended slightly like a wolf's snout. And you can kind of see the canines are a little bit more canine.
I think seeing this, if it wasn't clear before, especially with how this started, that we aren't walking out of here, it absolutely hits home now. And I am going wild at this thing. I am not going to go down without taking a piece of this shitbag with me. And so I charge again.
He is going to meet your attack with an attack.
I'm not going down without a fight. 7 successes.
He got 8.
Fuck.
And you will take 2 aggravated damage as you clash and these claws just rip into your shoulder.
There's a spike of adrenaline as I feel them drag across my shoulder. and I push through. I hit harder. I hit more. I go for the throat. I go for his face. I'm going for anything to try to daze, to try to disable, to try to give myself some sort of advantage, and every shot is coming from the hand that's holding those knuckles.
And as you're doing this, you watch as there's a moment where it almost looks like he loses control of that beast, but reins it back in. So he's incredibly elusive for this fight. And yeah, let's go at it again.
That was 12 successes with a crit, but with one.
What happens when you roll a 1 on the desperation dice is usually, in other situations, you have two choices. To overreach or fall into despair. But unfortunately, we can't overreach as the danger cannot go higher.
I think that shows because my eyes start to well up in fear. And that fear is making my strikes less focused. And I am trying to cling to whatever moments I have left before this animal tears me apart.
Swinging wildly, going for anything you can, and with this almost boxing-like stance, he's dodging, weaving, guarding, and when you are open, he goes for another attack. If you would like to defend, that is dexterity athletics, or you can meet an attack with an attack. That is also an option.
I know. I actually think that the fear is going to get to me. And I think I'm going to attempt to defend. It's 3.
That is 10 successes with a messy crit. And unlike you, he doesn't get tired. He doesn't have to breathe. His lungs aren't burning from pushing himself. And all he needs is one moment. And that moment happens, and you feel the claws dig into your stomach, intestines, and that is 5 aggravated damage.
Will you allow me one thing to tell this fucker?
Of course.
Oh, fuck yourself.
And there's a noise. It sounds like a chuckle or a growl mixed together in this weird, unholy beast form that he is. And he's not gentle with what happens next. He shoves your head aside and buries his fangs in your neck. It only hurts for a moment.
I try to push him off. I try to flail. I punch his head weakly once, twice. Or my arm drops and I'm struggling to breathe.
As the kiss takes you, as this wave of endorphins overpowers you and you slip into darkness, what is the last thought that goes through your head?
I think of the text that I sent Leo before we came in. And all it said was, I'm sorry. And my last thought is that I hope that Leo stays as far away as possible. I don't want him to be dragged into this because of me. I didn't want anybody to get hurt.
And you slip away. The ritual goes off in this moment. The camera watches as Wilson Ashdown lets this bundle of ash drop all of them can feel it. This oppressive pressure suddenly pops. It's done. The storm will ravage the town for a little while longer. But for our hunters, death is not the end. So join us for season 2, Vampire the Masquerade.